first of all, I have this beautiful chest of drawers which is custom made. I really wanted this in my room because it has tons of storage. I keep my makeup in the very first big drawer over here, and once you open it, this is what everything looks like. You can see that the drawer is very deep and it houses a lot of things. So now I'm going to go over everything one by one. So hope you enjoy. So this white and brown basket is from Lifestyle, the home section, or you can get them at Home Center very easily. I got tons of them when I was moving. Then I have this really nice makeup junkie little thing which my mother actually gifted me. I have this little cup which is actually for kitchen use, but I keep my pencils here. This black thing right here was actually something, I don't know, but I put some marbles in it to hold my brushes. That little thing back there was just a general basket which I got from a local market. Those two dividers are again from Home Center, and over here I just have two boxes. So let's get into it. Okay, so for on the left, first of all, you see these things that are stacked together. These are actually some Johnson & Johnson gauze, which are sterile sponges which I use to clean my makeup brushes on the spot. Now let's get into the first bin, which has the major chunk of my makeup. So first of all, I have this beautiful looking palette. I used to call this my one-to-all palette. It was the first ever palette that I started with, and if you used to follow me on my older channel, you might remember this. Actually, a lot of people ask me where I got it. It was a gift from the US, so I have no idea what or where it's from. It has tons of eyeshadows, powders, highlighters and lip colors, which I've used most of. The blushes are gone, powders, lip products, and most of the eyeshadows are also gone. So I'm actually thinking about getting rid of this pretty soon. The next palette is what I like to call my professional palette. This is by Miss Rose, and it is a professional makeup kit with shiny 12 colors eyeshadows. So when you open it, there is this little sponge to protect the eyeshadows. And voila, it looks like a painter's painting kit. It has a little brush which looks like that as well. But this brush is actually really good to place the eyeshadow in your crease, I realized. It has all these bright and different colors which you don't really see in normal palettes. It does have some common colors like a golden brown, the blues, but the vibrancy of these eyeshadows is so different, guys. But I would definitely suggest that if you are really serious about makeup, only then use this, because you won't be really using these eyeshadows in everyday use. The Miss Rose palette was a gift from my mother as well. Actually, most of this is my mother's because she used to be makeup, hair, everything artist. She had salons, but then they were shut. So, you know what? I was being a daughter, and I just got all of the stuff. Next is the Chameleon Makeup Collection 4-color blusher, which was a gift from my mother as well, because why would I need a blush kit, right? So it has this beautiful bronzy blush, a bit pink and bronze in there, light pink and a red. Where would you really see these blush colors that are so vibrant, right? I would never think of buying them, but now I can experiment. But again, don't really buy these blushes if you are not really serious about makeup, because again, these are special occasion blushes. Now this is my most used eyeshadow palette. It is by Revlon and it is called the Illuminance eyeshadows, and this one is in Skin Lights. It's such a beautiful palette, guys. These are basically nude colored cream eyeshadows, which I love so much. They're perfect for everyday wear. As you can see, I've been wearing a lot of these because I've hit pan so much. I took them with me to Bangkok and Malaysia, and they were so easy to travel with, did not crack because it's cream product. Now this is a recent thing that my mother passed down to me from her salon collection. Is a Revlon Skin Lights Face Illuminator. It's basically a golden light loose powder. The only time that I've used this was on my school farewell, because that's how bright it is. There's a lot of product in here, so I'm really excited about experimenting with it. I have my trusty old Oriflame bronzing pearls in Natural Radiance. I used to use them so much about 2 years ago. But yeah, I guess when the summers roll in again, I will get back to this. It's a beautiful product. I would recommend that you all try it because it's not very obvious, and for someone that's starting off with makeup, this is a perfect blush thing, and it makes you feel really fancy as well. Guys, next I have my Pond's BB cream. This used to be my holy grail base foundation. I used to apply this all the time, but then I got a bit bored and wanted to try different things and more coverage, so I just chucked it over here to be used every day or for videos. Now I have some single little loose things over here. First is this beautiful baked eyeshadow that Hira got from me from London. It does not say a lot of things on it, so I can't really tell you about it, but it's basically a mineral shadow. If you can see, it has a dome shape on top. I use this as my inner corner highlight. I also have these mini eyeshadow that Apurva gave to me. So this is a beautiful NYX eyeshadow in a beautiful green color. The shade is called lime green to be precise. She also gave me this beautiful NYX Ultra Pearl Mania eyeshadow. It doesn't have a color, but I've used a lot of it, I'm surprised. I have the MAC pigment in vanilla, and it's a beautiful color. You can mix it with an eyeshadow and everything, but yes, this is pretty expensive, so I can't recommend that you go ahead and buy it, but do try it. It's a good color. I use it for work. So now I have the Seven Heavens Photogenic eyeliner that I got from the China Bazaar. I'm not a fan of this. It's really watery eyeliner and I do not like it. It's just there so that I try it and try to make it work somehow. Now we're looking at my 3 other eyeshadow palettes. The first one is a really highly pigmented one, guys. This is really awesome. It's by Keanu and it says it's a professional makeup kit. I guess that is why it's so pigmented. Now the thing is that it's actually broken. I broke these eyeshadows sadly, so I can't really show you properly, but it has these beautiful blue and grey tones at the bottom and the nude ones at the top. If you are getting serious about makeup but still not sure, this is a good investment because the shadows suit all kinds of occasions, and I don't think this will go to waste a lot, so I love this palette. Now I have my Oriflame eyeshadow palette. Again, I made the mistake of taking this with me to Malaysia and it broke in my luggage, so I'm sad about that, but the eyeshadows in this are so beautiful. They are non-shimmery for the most part and pastel and are so pigmented. The lip colors over here, and if you just twist it like this, there are broken blushes, an illuminator and a powder, but I really like this eyeshadow palette. Haven't reached out for it in the past few months, but I really enjoy this palette. I have my new love in the palette department. This is by Fuso, which is a Singaporean brand. My grandmother actually gifted this to me on Diwali, I believe, and it's so beautiful. I have been in love with this ever since. It has this really smart packaging where you have this mirror. These eyeshadows, by the way, are so pigmented. I love them. Then you have these beautiful lip colors which are actually so pigmented and suit your skin tone so well, guys. They have these blushes and powder over here. These powders are of course a bit too pale for me, but I use them in my Korean makeup tutorial, so they came of use. The orangish blush on the right was my go-to blush in the summers. I was in love with this. Now moving on to the other makeup bit of my drawer. First of all, I will just explain that I recently got this eyelash adhesive and these eyelashes from Mumbai Alpha Market. I am really interested. I've recently been really interested in lashes and I want to try these. So this will be my New Year experiment. Let's see how it'll work. In this makeup junkie drawer, I just have accessories in these two, but these are my lipsticks, so I would like to share which ones I have.